ground to flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Hello Vim, hello everybody else. Good evening to you guys. It's early evening here in Johannesburg, so thank you for joining. And we have another test flight, can you believe it? So, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. We have icing conditions, look at the ice on the ground here. It's terrible. Temperature is currently -1 and dew point is -2, so it's right on top of each other. Apparently right behind us there's the de-icing bay, so we're gonna stop there. We're gonna make sure we de-ice before we get out of here, for sure.
To your right, it's the ledge to your
okay.
100 near us. Okay, do it. That's what. It's quick and easy.
Right, I just want to see. Got one of these things to do here. Okay. Right. Get onto Discord as well, and then the guys that want to join on Discord can join me there. So there's been a bit of a hiccup, but Zibo says he's fixed it, so I don't really feel like testing the actual hiccup, but I suppose we have to. We'll make a plan. I'll let the sim load and go through all the motions, and just before I start my APU, I'm going to jippo the system a little bit to try and recreate the problem, and if there is no problem we can then just undo what we did. As easy as that. So basically what happened was there was like a fuel flow problem with starting the aircraft with the APU, and it would actually burst into flames. It would literally explode right here where it's standing. Balls of flame and fire and all kinds of things. Good afternoon, Rob. Welcome. And that's the whole purpose of this fix. Hi. Might as well start setting up quickly then.
Good evening, Nico.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Very well.
Good.
So, did you test 7 Echo?
Yes.
Earlier?
Yeah. That's when I exploded.
Because that was a fixed autopilot trim.
Yes.
Thing, and that was all lovely, was it?
Yeah, it was fair enough. That's my last stream was done on Echo.
Okay.
And it's after I landed that Uncle John put me onto this explosive thing, and I then exploded. But that wasn't, the explosion wasn't on stream, so it was just for us to see. Big bang. Right, altitude for landing 1296. Guess what? We'll make it 13. It's interesting the tangent we went on with the Linda story. Really interesting. Hello, Christopher.
Yeah, just give me a second,
The Linda story?
Uncle John said that it happened with Linda on board. It didn't happen when you didn't have Linda, but that was proven wrong eventually. I mean, it was just a bloody coincidence that he saw that it was Linda doing it. You see, kaboom, and then it went.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready.
It was interesting that I didn't explode though.
Go, throw it.
I didn't explode either. And it was after I started fiddling. I think it was like there was a threshold, or I don't know if it was on the amount of fuel or if it was because of the timing, at which point in time you you activated the fuel pump, but then kaboom.
Yeah.
And then I went to find the little file that contained the inscription for the fuel, for the center fuel tanks, and I had to manually edit it out so that I could just start my blinking Zibo again. It just didn't want to work. Nothing changed it.
We need grenades also. You're gonna seal another. You just get cancelled.
So what is the story now? Why don't I get
Captain,
the right...
we are freezing in the cabin.
approaches there?
Bring like 3 grenades and
Runway 13, we want...
like 60 expo.
RNAV runway 13, that's what we want. We want RNAV 13. Right? That we want finals. There, now I see what I want to see. Okay. Now we execute it.
I'm gonna keep hitting this foundation with the things.
Yeah, my son's busy shooting it up again in the background, so you guys must just tell me if it becomes a problem, then I'll mute my mic again.
You're ready to seal again.
Sounds like he's good at organising his men.
He's very good at that. He's a natural leader, but you know, when he gets upset, he tells them as well, you know, and it's that telling them what they did wrong that you might not want to hear on my stream. Stratocost, I'm not sure which one at this moment, but it is one of the shoot 'em uppers. Usually it's Rust. I think the one he plays most is Rust, and then he's got all these other first-person shooter stuff, but I can't tell you what names they are.
One fell in the water. DC is left side.
Right.
Can you even chuck the report?
See, alright, so we are fully loaded. Right, so now we can actually deploy the system. I just want to set everything up first. Let's quickly. Realism.
I got it.
Packs on board. Cargo load. Catering. Okay, it's just a temporary measure if we want to change this. Wrong place. We need to go to the fuel. Right, okay, so you want to be on 7.4. Hello, Neil. Welcome. I think I've done most of that. Let's do this setup of the FMC first. Load.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Might as well. Oh no, we don't want to start AP. That's part of the test. Right, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference because there's nothing putting air through. So they're just going to have to hang tight. Hello, Morty. They're just going to have to hang tight. 3.
Like 14 knots.
Anti-skid, let's do a cutback as well, and then we know we're okay. Right, so let's change this quickly. So I'm just going to put 12, 1, 2, 3, 12,000. Right. Come on, how did I miss that? Refuel time, short. Alright, so do it again. 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man. 12,000. Right, so now we've got that. Now we switch on that pump and going to start the AP. And if we blow up, then we will not do it again. If we don't blow up, then we're okay.
Okay, you can make it.
Sorry, Nico, I didn't see you move the cargo around, or was it just nice as it was? Is it automatically loaded?
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Have I gone deaf?
No, man, I've muted myself because of little Reinhard here in the background. Sorry. He fixed it. Zibo fixed the cargo loading to have a better CG.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, well.
You bugger you.
What? I sent you a message?
Oh, you did. Yes, you mean. Apologies.
Yeah.
Don't
First ask
start.
questions later, John.
Don't start.
No, it's okay. You're a pensioner. We'll forgive you. We love you, Uncle John.
Oh, you don't know one half of what I have to put up with.
Yeah. I'm terrible. Anyway.
He's a bully.
Yeah.
Don't drag me into a family argument.
All right,
But Nico,
okay.
before you still got all that fuel in there?
No, I've removed it.
Oh.
Why?
I got John to explode earlier, but it wouldn't with just the 1 cent of pump. It took all the main pumps on to be there as well.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm right. Am I right, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you haven't tested F. We've got F now. And F is supposed to fix this.
But it hasn't.
Says who?
Has it not?
Aero Guitarist has said.
No, wait. Shh. You can't repeat that on air. No, you can't repeat that on air.
Sorry. Read it.
Yeah, I know, but it's not for us. It's for him.
Okay.
That's why you can't talk about it.
Okay, sorry.
You must come and take a video. I'm going.
Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, you're forgiven.
Disregard my EFB still some 6, 7, 8. Have you read that last sentence?
No, you just read it for us.
No, the last sentence. Read it again.
It happens to the best of us.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's funny. That is funny.
If he was here, we could have told him we are laughing with him, not at him.
Yes, of course.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Mind you, it's still a possibility because Zibo has done that in the past, hasn't he? You've had to remind him.
Yeah. Listen, the temperature is not rising even though we've got the APU running. The APU is on. So that's a bit of a concern.
Okay.
Trim air is on.
Jot it down.
It's just me and Ashton.
Join the stream, Nico. Discord. Thank you.
I just DC also. It's Edmund that's trying to mess around with us for now.
I'm not sure if that's the only mistake, Neil. We'll have to check because yeah, it will be a little bit cold in this aircraft if I hope it will warm up, but I don't know, we'll have to see. Look, we're going to start the engines now, then we're going to go for the whole de-icing thing and all. We'll see.
I assume you checked your version in the airplane.
Yeah, I know. I've checked mine.
Those incidents and chocolate sauce in the chocolate sauce.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get going. We don't have to worry about these packs. They won't die in 2 minutes, okay? Let's actually do what we need to do and get it over with. So I'm looking for my checklist quickly. I can't remember these things off by heart. Yeah, we're going to start the engines now anyway, so don't worry about it. I need to get to the right page on my checklist now. Right, so we've got APU on. We don't worry about all those ones. Right, so we can put that on. You heard a rumor. Right.
We are freezing in the cabin.
Yeah, you can't freeze. Relax. GPU is off. Set the chocks. We don't want to do that. We don't need anything else. We just need parking brake to be on. 525. Something like that. We've got 148. Yeah, that's all set. That is all done. Right, gentlemen. Glad I bought my fur coat that I use at the weekends. Oh yeah, I know you can be very, very glad you did that. Right, let's start engine number 2.
I'll be complaining.
I can't hear what you're saying. You're muffling.
No, I'm not. They're going to be complaining it's too hot in a minute.
Yeah, I know. Then we set it down.
I killed one, but I'm gonna die now.
It's 83.
I'm dead. I can't move.
83. 83. Right. Next one.
Hey, but you can make a money, please. Let's be.
Right. Yeah, that is fixed. That's the whole purpose of this version of the Zibos. And we just tested it. It didn't explode me again, so that's cool. Right, so that is another good engine start. Probes on.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, let's see how long it takes for the engines to give some proper temperature there. Right, okay, so let's do our testing of our controls. That is done. Look at that temperature, -8, man, -8 and all this ice here. Now I'm gonna have to taxi slow again. Right, so what does the checklist say? The checklist says that below 0, engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice must be on when maneuvering on the ground. That's now a bit too big for you guys. Let's just make it a bit smaller. There you go. So it also says there, taxi with flaps up. Alright, we do not want slush accumulation. Right. So we've got that set. We can put on our taxi lights. APU can come off.
Can I ask a silly question?
Please.
Is there any difference between freezing conditions but no precipitation and freezing conditions
Yes.
with precipitation?
There is, but it also says visible moisture and visible icing, right? So even though we do not have precipitation, you can clearly see the ice, you know, which means that any bit of moisture is now potentially going to be life-threatening.
Yeah.
No, the wing anti-ice and stuff is on. So what happens now, so you just have to follow this checklist, right? So we're going to now taxi to the de-icing bay, and then we're going to run it here from the top. So we're going to do that together. Okay, so Paul is correct. You win a free Zibo mod when it's released again, Paul.
Why? What's that?
No,
What,
no.
what have I missed?
No, you're correct with your distinguishing between icing with and
Captain,
without
we are
precipitation.
freezing in the
So I'm
cabin.
just giving you an award now.
Oh, excellent. I shall wait for the postman to deliver it.
I'm really concerned about this temperature story now.
Yes, 2 sulfur notes, 230 on. Still have my specs. Så ser det ut för en someone just make bids, please.
The temperature is slightly rising. Look there. It's damn slow, but it is rising.
Just keep optic bids. Good, we'll try.
Vlad, if you know it that well, then I recommend you go put it on the forum with all your proofs and everything else. He will have a look at it and fix it if he needs to. But the only way you're going to get him to change is if you can prove him wrong. So, and that only gets done on the forum, eh? The other thing is you must remember the Zibo can simulate all kinds of different aircraft configurations. So you must make sure that you are in the correct aircraft configuration. You might not want alt hold on in the EFB, you know, so you must just check your procedures as well when it comes to setting up in the EFB. It might be that you just have the wrong thing set. Because the Zibo can fly with alt hold present and alt hold not present, so just check your settings. Right, I'm looking for that de-ice bay. We're going to turn right over here.
Yeah.
Excellent. But if you still have a problem with it, go to the forum, go put the details there.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't you worry.
Good crew with a pre-warm cabin before they came on board.
A good crew, yeah, I agree, sir. I thoroughly, wholeheartedly agree. It's like there was no forethought, you know, it was just get in and get going. Shut up and do your job.
That's what it was.
See.
Not run at the back.
So I'm not sure exactly where to park, how to park. I could not care less. I am literally going to park over here. Going to set my parking brake, and then we're going to check via that checklist that we've got everything set. Right, so we must have the APU off. The APU is off. APU bleed is off. Flaps must be up. Thrust levers must be in idle. Now they are. Alright, we want the stabilizer trim in neutral. 5 points. Here we go. Then we want the bleed air switches, both must be off. Now they're gonna take even longer to get the temperature, but anyway, let's see. It's almost at 20. We're getting there. Right, then APU bleed air is also off. Yes, we did check that, and then we can go to ground services, start the icing. Here we go. So this is going to take 3 minutes. Yeah, the anti-ice was on. At this point in time, wing anti-ice can go off now because we do not need that. Yeah, I remember that, Dero. I remember we discussed that quite a bit a few years ago in the Zibo as well, with the Zibo pilots and stuff. And there was a Norwegian guy in the Zibo community group that gave us lots of information. So let's quickly see engine, and oh, you know what, we can actually switch those ones off as well. I think engine, bleed air switches, stabilizer, thrust levers, APU, bleed air. Yeah.
Premier off
Captain,
as well.
passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
But that's all internal. That really doesn't matter, does it?
Well,
I've never seen trim
from
air.
from outside.
I thought that was only for the inside. That is just the blower that makes sure that the front and the back get equal air. Not? I've never seen. I'm looking at the FCOM. This is the FCOM checklist. There is nothing about bleed air in the procedure. I don't see anything about bleed air in the procedure. Not in the FCOM I have, unless it's changed.
Okay. And the only thing I see is beacon on, and that's it.
Yeah. There we go, done. So now we're going to start the timer for a minute. And then we can go back to the bleed air.
Just invite 5718.
Right, that's 1 minute, and then it says the bleed air on the engines can come back on. Engine anti-ice both. We're not going to use wing anti-ice because we used the actual fluid. And we can set our trim back to where it needs to go.
Okay, I'm gonna go recycle it.
I seem to remember that the wing anti-ice is kept off
Yes.
so that it doesn't warm up the anti-ice fluid and make
Yes.
it run off the wing quicker. So you
Yeah.
want it to stay and you want it to stick and be cold.
Sounds
Kind of
about
thing.
right. Yep, sounds right. Good, so that means we can taxi. Brakes off and let's go. Just marking markings are really confusing. Righto, now let's see. Checklist. Set the parking brake set. Okay. Check trim and flaps 1, 2, 3. And our trim we actually set before. Monkey. That's about right. Okay, then now we do the normal takeoff story. That is done, that's done. Yeah, man. Yeah. That is done. Takeoff config test, so we need to let go of that brake. Okay, no horn. Right, we don't have to set the parking brake again. We're going to go line up and do our run up. Let's go.
Nico, I've got half a memory of you slowly moving in all your control surfaces. Where have I got that from?
I don't know. No idea.
I'm making it up as I go along now, aren't I?
You're more than welcome. I think at some point in time anybody is going to wonder, you know, with all the ice around, you know, is my surface is working? Is it going to give me, you know, what I want? Why not? Yeah, I think it out because I used my asynchronous thrust. Alright, thank you, sir.
On runway 08.
Right, that looks like a rough center. Now we're gonna go push up to 70% N1. We're gonna run that for 30 seconds. 20 seconds. At least 20. Right, there's 20 seconds. And there's Tonga. Mommy, it's cold here.
80 knots.
Yes, definitely for the cold.
1000.
What is up? So, you guys, maybe get down the road.
Right, so now we're in the cutback until we get to 3000 with AGL. It's cold. It's cold, Owen. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, it's nice, eh?
It seems like a long time ago, but I think it's probably only 3 days. Did anybody test the slats and flaps with hydraulic B failure?
Well, I didn't. Not yet.
You got sassoed, didn't you?
That's how we figured out it was broken.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to go about testing it properly, to be honest.
Is that climb speed as per your program, Nico?
Mac, I rely on automation, so it programmed itself.
What cost index are you using?
50.
Ah, okay, fair enough. It's alright, normally, 20 we get used to 290 for climb speed.
Yes. Well, compared to the previous versions, this trim is also standing almost still. Hello, Steve. This trim is much better.
Climb rate's still focusing a little bit.
It's cold, Mac. It's really cold outside.
Yeah, but it's going.
That reminds me, we are on auto here. Alright, so it's like 22. Okay. Anybody in need of coffee?
Yeah, me.
Please, 4 sugars.
Thanks, but I already got one.
Thank you, Antonio. I've not seen that in the checklist in the FCOM. I'll have to go back and check. Yeah,
No problem. Well,
yeah, thanks for that. I'm gonna go get myself some coffee now because I'm half asleep. Yeah, I really need some strong coffee.
1,000 to go. evening, guys.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I hope you got all your sugar, Steven. Goeienaand, Peter. Hello, Pavel. So what you're saying to me is that my bot is not working. Why is it not working? Strange. Pavel, sorry, if you go into the description below the video, you will see the same specs. Just click on where it says more, right under the title or in the title section of the video, just underneath it. Just click more and go read. All the details of the PC is there as well, just at the bottom. I'll try to remember, Steven. Looks like we're traveling nicely. I've just noticed that ETC time seems a bit wrong. It's supposed to be 19. That's like 2 hours out. I thought I had it on real time. That's better.
Your clouds are looking quite nice today, Mika.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed, Mac. Now you ask me, Dave, don't think I've got an offset. 0 offset.
We just hold the smoke. It'll run this.
In South Africa, we are GMT +2, and that's how I figured out we're at the wrong time, because that is the right UTC time right now.
After your experience from earlier today, Nico, are you going to suggest that ground handling also includes fire tenders?
I think it's a good plan, yes. The problem is the fire was all underground, Mac.
Oh, right.
The moment this thing exploded, it sunk into the ground. And the only thing you could see was the smoke coming out of the ground. Everything was underground. If you look at the picture I put in the dev room as well, you'll see it's underground.
Yeah. I must admit, I missed that. I'd like to have seen.
Yeah, check this. Hello. What do you mean? You want? Sorry. There is the display capture. Look.
This goes to show people that development testing doesn't always go quite so smoothly.
Exactly. Hey, Sus, you're gonna have to get your own jacket, my friend. It's too cold for me to give you my one.
Sorry, I don't think that will be an option.
I had another interesting thing that happened to me today, Mac.
Really?
Yeah. My Facebook. On all my browsers got blocked. And I was sitting and thinking, and I forgot I have this fancy content blocker on the net. I had to go open it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mind you, I've heard, I don't know, it's not affected me yet, but whether it's purely on mobile, I don't know. But if you've got too many pages open on Facebook, restricting your access, whether that's true or not.
No, I've never had it. I've never had that.
No, I haven't.
Streamlabs, I've just tried to see if I can restart this Streamlabs bot thing, right? And Streamlabs wanted to force me, I had to read very carefully now, they wanted to force me into the pro plan, so they wanted money from me. I eventually got out of this stupid wizard now. I don't know if they've changed my settings, sorry Mac.
I think looking at how Twitch up there advertising, how YouTube is also doing the same, I have a feeling that many of these so-called free programs are struggling financially.
Yeah.
And they're having to try and increase in their incomes.
I'm also just thinking out loud. I just noticed this, the bot is off on their website, which means that I'm actually using Nightbot. So let me go check the Nightbot. I can't remember these things. They just always work, you know. So
yeah. Until they don't.
You see now there's definitely something weird wrong here. In Nightbot, it's like I've got a clean slate. There is absolutely nothing in here suggesting that I ever had Nightbot, and I know I was using Nightbot.
Yep.
Log out. Log in with YouTube. That is the correct address. Ah, I think I know what the difference is. There we go. There we go. There we go. I've eventually figured out how to get into the Skymatix one. Commands. There we go.
Put it this way, with your job, if you can't figure it out, there's no hope for the rest of us.
Yeah, I hear you, but now the thing is, look, I mean, I'm requesting the same as Pavel earlier. It's like that Nightbot is not talking to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go.
Did it work?
Yeah.
It worked. Okay. I don't know what happened there then. I literally just... Yeah, I just went and I connected, logged into the site, you know, so maybe that was all I needed to do. Who knows? The things we get up to.
I'll tell you what I find darn annoying with YouTube. The last message is this love emblem that appeared covering some of the last post.
Oh, yeah. Well, on my screen, I've got this little heart at the bottom right.
That's what I'm on about.
That one, yeah, it cuts off some of the writing there. It's highly irritating. Whoever the hell decided to put it there is obviously not very familiar with streaming or with live chats.
Yeah, it ought to block that particular line or whatever, and so that it wraps around and restricts that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or they should have just put it out of the bloody way. There's so many other places they could have put it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Black and stupid.
Oh, it animates it for me whenever somebody presses it.
Yeah, you can see a heart or something coming from it.
Yeah.
It just sends a little heart or something into the air. I can see on my screen, it's just like a little heart, you know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I got $1 million for every time you pressed it, I would have insisted that you press it 1,000,000 times each stream, you know, but it doesn't do anything for me. Hello, Jacob. Right, we are on 15 degrees Celsius. Can you imagine? 15. 3040. That's cool. No commentation required. Yeah, it's under the video. Just all that he did was he fixed the APU fuel flow problem that made the Zibo explode. We physically had the Zibo explode since yesterday at some point in time. So I tested that. That is done. It was on the ground just to make sure that the APU and starting from APU works. Right now I'm just doing a flight because I can. And obviously we're keeping an eye on everything. I mean, it's just an ordinary test flight, but without any specific goals. Hello, Christer. There you go, there's the changelog paint for you. Jacob, I'm not a real pilot. The biggest aircraft I ever flew myself was a Cessna 210. Okay, so I know when to trim there. In this one, I mean, it should be pretty much the same, but I mean, I rely on the automation and I rely on Zibo and the real pilots to make sure that it trims at the right time and at the right speed and all those kind of things.
Nico, could you enable the yoke visibility so we can just see what the yoke is playing up to?
Yeah, it's stable. Ooh, he's shooting him. Oh, that's a lot, Dave, but you have to do what you have to do.
Be interesting to see, given the conditions, whether that is realistic with the yoke at the moment. My feeling is it's probably a lot closer to realism.
Yeah, then you have to compensate a bit, eh? Yeah, obviously I saw it was over trimming a little bit, overexcited, and that's why Zibo had to rewrite the code. He physically rewrote the whole trim code, made new ones. So he seemed to have tuned it quite nicely now.
Must admit, I can see a little bit of lateral, but there's hardly any pitch movement.
No, there's no pitch movement. This is all the residual nonsense from X-plane, you know, rolling.
Oh, I'm not disputing that. You've got crosswind there anyway.
Yeah.
But when you think of the porpoising type effect we had now, it just looks rock solid.
Very. No, that pitch channel was very nicely tuned.
Yeah. I'm just wondering whether it's possibly too tight at the moment. But I don't know realistically. We need real pilot input.
Yeah, that's what Alan and Sasso have been doing, so leave it with him.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Course headings, haven't done that. Come on, 2,600. There we go. Hello, Airline Simmer, welcome. And it sounds like you enjoyed yourself, eh? Hello, Rob, welcome. Steven, Wonderboom, FAWB, Wonderboom.
He's so disruptive.
Ren, to Moat, I think you're going to be angry with me. I do apologize. I forgot to change that. XE is not running on 08. I haven't tried it on the 08 update yet, because generally xEnviro doesn't support the betas, so I didn't even bother. And in my description in the video, I forgot the sim details was on the wrong version. I just quickly fixed it. I do apologize. Small oversight. Spoke to the developer a few days ago. He's sick in bed, and so I haven't heard from him in a few weeks, and I decided to just clock in, see what's happening. Then he said, no, he's sick in bed. So we're going to have to wait a wee while for XE to update again. Nice one,
Okay.
Steve. Wasn't me. What?
Well, you knew what to do about it at least.
Yes.
Went into VNAV speed again. It didn't put its nose down sufficiently hard. Went above profile.
Yes. I've seen it happen quite a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might need looking at. And we're back. What's that phrase you use, Nico? Fortunately, we had an exceptional pilot on board.
Yes. Yes. I missed that add-on. Oh, I missed that. FS passengers. We're over speeding a bit. Look. I don't know what Zibo did in the VNAV code, but we are not holding VNAV.
And you're below profile, so it should be nosing up.
Yes. This is something we need to ask him. So it's an interesting situation. It's not supposed to do that.
You put your descent winds in and whatnot.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's coming back now.
Yeah.
It's on profile again, yeah.
Yeah, it's on profile, but look at the speed. The speed almost
Yeah.
went to the barber pole there. Don't want
Yeah.
that.
That's my logic.
Christian, are you running active Sky in hybrid mode at all?
Nico, I don't read well. Is it on idle, the thrust lever?
Idle, yes.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting situation, as you said.
Hello, HD.
No, that's fair comment, Krista. I just wondered because that 10,000 feet is where the hybrid kicks in. Well, if you set it at default to 10,000. As you get lower and thicker around, Nico, it's starting to drag, started to pull it back now.
I have done it millions of times in my life, but not now. It's not what we're testing. At this point in time, we want to give the raw information as it is. We don't want to start fiddling with stuff and then we get the wrong report through to Zibo. I mean, explain 12.07 R1, the last full release, and XE is working in it. I have not tried it with the beta because generally it doesn't work in the beta, so I just haven't tested it. I use Active Sky when I fly the beta. No, it's not. If I don't add the speed brake, then we're going to overspeed, and that also doesn't work. So every time I pull the speed brake, Zibo can evaluate whether it was necessary or not. So, I mean, this thing keeps on going fast, eh? Very slippery.
There's also the other thing that is being worked on. Twixtor's playing with the flight model, but Zibo has to do the coding for certain other parameters, and one of those is to do with engine performance. And it may be because of the very high idle speeds at altitude.
Yeah, it could be, Mac. It seemed high to me as well.
Yeah.
It was the level 230 probably.
Yeah. So, and this is work in progress.
Of course, that's what we're testing now.
Yeah. So it may be Zibo will get some feedback from the screen.
You're gonna have
Yeah,
to tell
for
him.
sure.
Gonna have to tell him to look. If he's not looking, Zibo, are you watching? I'll have to give him the timestamp and tell him to watch from top of DC. Just get his input from me.
Probably not only watching, he's also recoding.
Probably.
The difference in the F and speed, maintaining.
track the speed brakes, Nico.
Donkey. I have no idea, Wycliffe, because from what I can see now, there is something either amiss or that needs to be tuned again. So I have not spoken to Twixter again, whether he might have changed a bit of the flight model, but there's something off a little bit here that we need to discuss, and then hopefully tomorrow we get another test. So I don't know. Young cat, my FPS is never a problem in the Zibo. The only place I get a problem is when I have bad scenery, man. Some of the scenery is just ridiculously bad. And that's usually where the FPS problem comes in. In the Zibo, right now I'm pushing 53, 54. Nice to get up from under the clouds there and get away and see some ground again. Yeah, it will definitely depend on the graphics card and the system you have. Definitely, but the scenery is usually the thing that kills it anyway. It's not the aircraft. See, Mac, now I'm flying the other X-plane, and when I pulled my speed brake I didn't lose my auto throttle. Exactly, Krister, exactly.
That's crazy, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah. That's stupid.
That's usually need to go a step
Radio
through
altimeter.
your cat on the legs page. See if you've either discontinuity or whether you've got a vector in there.
Also, young cat, you need to do the performance calculations in the FMC before you will get anything like you're mentioning there. You're not going to get any information as referred to until the performance calculations are done.
1,000 to go.
Righto, let me sit up straight and get my feet on those pedals. Ah. That's correct, Krister. I'm used to pulling the speed brake. You see, I also went through the hazing of the idiots, that thought it was funny to tell you it's the lever of shame, all that bullshit, and it's wrong. There is no such thing. It's not a lever of shame. You pull it if you want to or if you have to, and mainly because you have to. And in this version of the Zibo code, we definitely had to pull it because this thing is just too slippery. Something changed in the VNAV. I don't know what. That's for Zibo to say and to do. But there is no such thing as a lever of shame. That's just a hazing nonsense story that idiots tell the poor cadets.
Approaching decision height.
It wouldn't be there otherwise.
Exactly.
Minimums.
Likewise, decent winds with
300.
true to the current conditions. I know you are
200.
flight flag just prior to departure.
100.
If you've delayed it, the winds could be very different.
50. 1,000. 30. 20. 10.
Nice speaker.
Thank you. This thing doesn't calculate correctly. That 288 mile backside.
knots.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for watching, and thank you for coming and chatting with us and experiencing all these tests that we do. It's nice to have your support, I must be honest. Nice to have you here. I'm glad you like it. There you go. Now you ask me that, it's probably transposed, which is bad. Right, let me just fix it for you quickly. No, it's correct. KOKC.
You've got KOCK.
Where? I just checked it.
On the top of your stream.
Oh, you mean in the banner? Yeah, that's probably... There we go. Fixed. That's transposed. But in the actual YouTube, it's definitely correct.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all adults here.
Yeah, but I found it funny
sure?
before. And I thought, who the hell named an airport like that?
I think Nico's probably still got the image of the last picture he sent me on Facebook.
You found that one. That was funny. Last night question. Any issue reported with engine sound changes? Nope, you're the only guy. Only person, Christopher.
Or if you want a Christmassy joke, I don't know whether this one will go down well. I guess this Czech ride didn't go so well. Santa Claus was preparing his sleigh and getting ready for the festive season when a letter from the FAA dropped through his letterbox. The letter explained that his annual flight test review was due and it was scheduled for Monday last week. Last Monday, the FAA examiner arrived and briefed Santa on the flight test. After the review, the examiner asked Santa to pre-flight the Soleil and complete the weight and balance while he prepared his own paperwork. Santa walked around and got the gears prepared for flight. The examiner arrived and jumped on board, but just as they were about to taxi, the examiner asked Santa to wait because he'd forgotten something from his car. Santa waited, and the examiner soon returned, carrying a gun. A gun? What on earth have you got a gun for? Asked the startled Father Christmas. The examiner turned to Santa Claus. I shouldn't really tell you, but you're going to have an engine failure on takeoff.
Crazy. Right. Anyway, let's see what we can do. That's funny. Alright, well, we made it, and we are allowing the guys to disembark. So, gents, ladies, if there are any, this is the end of the stream, and thank you for everybody watching. Like I said, I'm going to have to ask Zibo about that VNAV in the descent. That's kind of fishy. But other than that, I'm happy. Yeah, we'll see you next time. You guys have fun, whatever you do from now on. Until we speak again. Bye-bye, everybody. You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay,